Most of us spend our lives worried about what other people think. We measure ourselves by approval, by applause, by how well we fit in. We chase the expectations of family, friends, society, even strangers online, and somewhere along the way, our own voice gets drowned out. But Søren Kierkegaard, the Danish philosopher often called the father of existentialism, warned us about this trap nearly 2 centuries ago. He wrote, "The crowd is untruth." What does that mean? For Kierkegaard, the truth about who you are, your dreams, your values, your purpose, does not come from majority opinion. It doesn't come from what's popular or from what society says is respectable. Truth comes only from the individual, and that means your life cannot be defined by the crowd. The crowd wants conformity. It thrives on people following the same scripts. Get the right job, live the right way, chase the same markers of success. But Kierkegaard believed that the individual who dares to stand apart, who dares to live authentically, will always be misunderstood. Think about it. When you start pursuing your own dreams, when you decide to live differently, people often react with skepticism, even hostility. They mock, they criticize, they try to pull you back into the mold they're comfortable with, not because you're wrong, but because your courage exposes their fear. Your freedom reminds them of their chains. Kierkegaard saw this clearly. He argued that truth is never found in the masses. It's found in the single individual who has the courage to live authentically, even if it means standing alone. One of Kierkegaard's most famous ideas is the leap of faith. Now, people often associate this with religion, and it's true that Kierkegaard used it in a Christian context. But the leap of faith is bigger than any doctrine. It's about the existential courage to live fully as yourself, even when you don't have all the answers, even when others don't understand, and even when the crowd thinks you're foolish. For Kierkegaard, to truly live, you must take responsibility for your existence. You must risk the disapproval of others. You must leap. And here's the key. No one can leap for you. No crowd, no majority vote, no committee of approval can decide your dream. Only you can. Why you should stop caring? What people think. So why should you stop caring about the crowd's opinion? Because the crowd's approval is always conditional. The moment you stop serving their expectations, they turn on you. And if you build your life on their approval, your life is built on sand. Kierkegaard reminds us that a life lived chasing approval is a life half lived. When you stop asking, "What will they think?" and start asking, "What do I want my life to mean?" that's when authenticity begins. He believed the tragedy of life is not being disliked. The real tragedy is never becoming who you are. So, if people mock you for being different, good. If they roll their eyes when you chase your dream, even better. Their resistance is not proof you're failing. It's proof you're growing. Kierkegaard lived in the 1800s, but his words feel even sharper today. In our age of social media, we're surrounded by the crowd more than ever. With every post, like and comment, the pressure to conform only intensifies. But Kierkegaard would say, step back. Don't let the crowd dictate your worth. Don't let algorithms decide your path. The truth of your life is not measured by likes or by followers. It's measured by how courageously you live in alignment with your deepest self. Maybe your dream is to start a business instead of climbing the corporate ladder. Maybe it's to move abroad instead of settling where you were born. Maybe it's to create art, write a book, or live a life that others don't understand. If it's your dream, if it's your authentic path, then that's where truth lies. The courage to stand alone. Kierkegaard knew that standing apart was not easy. He himself was mocked in his time, misunderstood by society, and ridiculed by the press. But he believed that authenticity demands courage. He wrote that to live authentically, you must be willing to be a single individual, even if the whole world stands against you. And here's the paradox. The moment you stop chasing approval is the moment you become someone truly worth respecting. The moment you stop asking for permission is the moment you start living freely. So let me ask you, are you living your dream or are you living for the crowd? Kierkegaard's challenge is simple but powerful. Stop caring about what people think. Stop letting the herd define you. Stop letting the fear of judgment hold you back. Take the leap of faith. Trust yourself enough to pursue your dreams, even if no one else claps. Because the greatest tragedy is not that people dislike you. The greatest tragedy is never becoming who you are. So, live for yourself. Live authentically. Live courageously. And when people mock you, resist you, or try to pull you back down, let that be your confirmation that you are rising above the crowd.